Good evening, friends. Thank you for joining Candid Mina every evening to follow what's happening in India and abroad. And thank you for sending me your useful comments and suggestions. If you believe in this channel, do hit the like button, share with friends, and spread the message. Our only mission is to bring you the truth and both sides of the story. Thank you for your support. We've always wondered how patriots are made, and often on our channels, we feature people who reflect this quality. A patriot has one thing you realize, which is family background. That influences the everything from the education and the other characteristics which shape a person's personality. And once you become this kind of a hero in the real world, you have to burn in the scorching fire before you're proved to be pure. Many of the heroes go through this test of fire, which society itself ordains them to. And the fight can prove to be a never-ending one. So if you look at someone like Sameer Wankhede, Sameer Wankhede is one such person. A man who has faced, everything with tremendous courage. If you look at his, background, when he was in the customs, Sameer once stopped a Bollywood actress who was returning with gold and diamond jewelry worth more than 35 lakhs. Her tantrums notwithstanding, the actress was required to pay the duties and then leave the airport. That was how tough and straightforward he was. The same scenario was told to me, by a customs officer when it happened, when there were some other customs officers in Mumbai. Such actresses get away. And how do they get away? They compromise with the officers. Now look at how Sameer Wankhede behaves. See, if you look at till yesterday, all these top celebrities and top businessmen were never stopped at the airport, and they used to walk out through the green channel as if nothing could stop them. If you question them, they would just walk off because they were seen as demigods. But Sameer used to do his duty as a customs officer, and what he said was that I only made them aware of the Customs Act and said this act applies to them too. And if you look, at the past, he's raided the houses of many Bollywood stars, directors, actors, including Anurag Kashyap, Vivek Oberoi, Ram Gopal Verma. And you've also seen what happened last year. In the year 2013, when singer Mika Singh was caught with foreign currency by customs official at Mumbai airport, who was behind it? It was Sameer Wankhede. There are so many stories where Sameer Wankhede has shone like a diamond. Now, the good news is, friends, that the NCB Vigilance probe indicates that there was no extortion bid made to let off Aryan Khan. If you would look at all the channels, the mainstream channels, they were all trying to hound Sameer Wankhede and said that an interrogation should be done. The main channels that were behind him were India Today, CNN, IBN, and Times Now. It was as if they had got they wanted to take some revenge on this man. For what reason, we don't know, but they were all saying he should be interrogated. Now, in a very clear report in Times of India, NCB is understood to have not found any evidence to corroborate the allegation of a bid to extort money from Bollywood superstar SRK to let off his son Aryan Khan following his apprehensions by the agency's Mumbai unit in case. A vigilance probe was ordered by the NCB Director General S.N. Pradhan immediately after Prabhakar Singh, a witness, claimed in an affidavit and in subsequent interactions with media that 25 crores rupees was allegedly demanded to let off Aryan Khan. Aryan Khan, who was nabbed during the cruise raids on October 2nd last year and spent 22 days in jail was given a clean chit by agency due to lack of evidence. Sale, now deceased, they say by heart attack, but we don't know the real reason, had alleged that he overheard KP Gosavi, his employer, and also a witness in the case, speaking over the phone with a person named Sam D'Souza about a deal to finally settle the matter at 18 crores rupees. Out of this, they said, this is also again said in a very slipshod manner, as if it is a last minute thought. Out of this, rupees 8 crores had to be paid to Sameer Wankhede. Now, Sale 40 died in April due to heart attack. April means last month. And he was a key witness. Someone NCB should have protected. Someone, the courts should have protected because he was a key witness. The agency called him a hostile witness after he made allegations. Sale claimed that on October 3rd, 2021, he saw Gosavi meeting SRK's manager Pooja Dadlani along with Sam, and they had a short meeting in her blue Mercedes car parked in Lower Parel of Mumbai. He stated in his affidavit that he collected 2 bags, which he later found 38 lakhs rupees in cash. When Wankhede has denied any wrongdoing, Gosavi is currently lodged in Pune jail in an alleged fraud case by Maharashtra police. Here also, I'd like to comment, viewers, that suddenly, when they knew that the truth would come out either from Sale or from Gosavi, what did Mumbai police do? Of course, under instructions. They found out some old case of Gosavi and put him in jail so that nobody could hear the truth from his mouth. Sources said the Vigilance probe has reportedly found that the allegation of extortion from Aryan Khan's family were not true, as there had been no physical or technical evidence corroborating the allegation. And those named by Sale in the alleged conspiracy gave statements denying any such threat or bribe demand being made by investigators or any linked persons. The Vigilance Inquiry team is understood to have questioned and recorded the statements of all stakeholders, including Sale and officials of the NCB. Mumbai Zonal Unit, who undertook the action, such as Wankhede investigating officers B.V. Singh and Ashish Prasad, SRK and Dadlani, CCTV footages of areas such as Lower Parel, Mantralaya, Tardio Road, places around Trident Hotel, and Vashi, where Sale alleged cash exchange hands has been gathered by the agency while reaching the conclusion. A final report of this vigilance inquiry conducted by the NCB Deputy Director General Gyaneshwar Singh is expected to be submitted soon to DG Pradhan. Now, a little bit about Jaydev, if you could just go to who was Gyaneshwar Singh. Perhaps you could go to that. Yeah. Now, Gyaneshwar Singh was it belonged to the 1999 batch, Himachal Pradesh cadre, and he worked as the secretary to none other than the Congress party man, Rajiv Shukla. Rajiv Shukla, as we all know, is an important part of the IPL and very close to Shah Rukh Khan. I'm not making any aspirations, but I'm not making any allegations, sorry. I'm just telling you a bit about the background of this man who is suddenly silent. Now, all these things that Sameer Wankhede did, whether it's with the Cordelia cruise and the the investigation and all that, was done under his bosses. Sanjay Singh and Gyaneshwar Singh, they are all his bosses. Without their approval, Sameer Wankhede could not have done anything. So, after so many months, how come they are saying that, see, the only one to blame would be the IO, which is the investigating officer, that is Sameer Wankhede? You mean to say that all these things happened without you all knowing about it? Moving back. The inquiry is also understood to have glaring procedural lapses in the appointment of certain witnesses and other procedural shortcomings while conducting the raid at the cruise. That's what they said. 2 days ago, SIT that reinvestigated the entire drugs on cruise case and the role of accused filed a charge sheet before a Mumbai court, giving clean chit to Aryan and five others, citing lack of sufficient evidence against them. Now, this is a report I'm reading from Times of India. So the dates would be accordingly. So when you say 2 days, it's the day 2 days before the report came up. It, however, charged 14 others in the over 6,000 pages prosecution complaint filed under various sections of NDPS. Now, even if 14 other people were charged, that itself is a huge success for Sameer Wankhede. So, which proves that he did his work very well. The NCB had said that the initial arrest and investigation in the cruise drugs case by Wankhede was shoddy and had many glaring lapses. How come 14 people were charge sheeted then? Only 2 people, and that 2 are in Khan, are free. And this, they say that because it was shoddy and many glaring lapses were there, that is why SIT exonerated the 6 accused, and it laid stress on the touchstone of principle. Touchstone of principle, touchstone of principle. So, Sale had told SIT he was made to sign blank pages by Gosavi and that he did not see any drugs being seized. Pradhan, soon after taking over NCBDG in July last year, had issued strict directives to his officers in the agency that he would want them to take professional evidence-based and quality investigations into the drug cases that has national or international ramifications. The DG had also asked his investigators to ensure that the action is backed by solid evidence so that a strong prosecution could be launched against big narcotic syndicates and cartels. He directed them to keep away from small drugs trafficking cases, and the best they should do in such instances was to assist the local police or any other law enforcement agency in conducting the probe. Now, Jaideep, let's just move on to the copy of the latest charge sheet filed by NCB in Cordelia drug case. Let us look at the first photo. Yeah, in this you'll see that Aryan Khan, if you can make it bigger for the audience so that they can see it, in this Aryan Khan admits that narcotics was for consumption on the cruise. This is very clear in this. Now, if you look at the second one, in the same charge sheet, NCB denies that based on Arbaz, a merchant statement. So they've denied it. Why this sudden hastily, why was it done so hastily to give a clean chit? Look at how blatantly NCB has contradicted themselves. Now, if you look at the third one, here is Aryan Khan's statement, where he accepts that he was on the cruise for narcotics consumption. Now, the big question is, why was this completely ignored? It's almost appalling that after Sameer Wankhede was transferred, NCB almost lost interest in the case and did not even oppose Aryan's application to waive off his bail condition to be present at the police station every week. Somewhere, friends, don't you all feel this is all about money and power? It's a huge game. If you have money, you can do crime and get rid of the crime. Only poor and the middle classes are born to face the law. At least this is the message that they're giving very, very strongly. NCB is telling us that, see, these are the people who have money and they can do anything. If you know, friends, see what happened when Sameer Wankhede was in, was in full strength, as the zonal head. He had informed us that Mumbai had now become the focal point for drug smuggling, consumption of cocaine, and party drug methaqualone in rave parties. Tinsel Town and by wealthy individuals had leaped in the past. Ketamine smuggling had become most lucrative. He said manufacturing a kilogram costed around 30,000 and it sold abroad for more than 10 lakhs. Many such modules had been busted by him and his small team. 17 cases, 20 arrests, 153 kilos of drugs were seized continuously. I don't think he even rested on a Sunday. And there was drugs worth more than around 50 crores in the international market. He rattled off the figures. You talk to him, he's a thorough professional. And if you ask him whether he gets any calls and or threatening calls, and he says he just ignores them. You know, so when a person, it is very obvious that when a officer of his caliber had caught Aryan Khan, and then after that he caught Ananya Pandey, and he was almost reaching the conclusion where it was leading to an international drug, dawn. He had almost reached that stage. That is when the tables turned. And suddenly, Mahavikas Agadi decided that he was coming too dangerously close to many of them. You remember, Nawab Malik's son-in-law was caught for drugs. These people are all linked. And at that time, the whole, thing turned around. And suddenly, the man in the center was not Sameer Wankhede. It was his father, his dead mother, his wife, and his sister. Completely the thing changed. Politicians did not want this man anywhere near them or near Bollywood. So that started. And then, of course, the PR, media, Bollywood, you just wave some wads of notes in front of them. And they come like bees, to honey. And you'll find that all of them are saying that, see, now Sameer Wankhede has to be questioned or interrogated. If you tell me, and if you ask me, we have films like, based on Prithviraj, the king, or you have other heroes coming in, and they're all enacted by people like Akshay Kumar and Aamir Khan and Shah Rukh Khan. Are these your heroes? People on a daily basis, they are parting with Pakistani ISI friends. Or do you prefer someone like Sameer Wankhede, who is a real hero? Straightforward officers like Sameer Wankhede are an asset to India. And we need to show our children these kind of heroes that they can emulate, not the fake heroes shown in Bollywood or TV series. These are the kind of men who can truly inspire the next few generations. So it's your duty, friends, to spread this message as much as possible. If the Prime Minister, through his Mann Ki Baat, can influence youngsters, the one message I request him to spread is that tell the youngsters to be like Sameer Wankhede. Each one should be a Sameer Wankhede. Then we will not have these Nawab Maliks or these Shah Rukh Khans or these Aryan Khans or these Nawab Maliks. This is our message today to you viewers. So I think, Jaydev, we should take some comments. I'll also open the lines for friends to join us.
Yeah, I would like to make a few observations
If you
with
can speak
regards
a little louder. Yeah.
Yeah, am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible, a little louder. Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to make a few observations.
Yes.
Um, Number one is, why was Prabhakar Sale not given adequate security when he was a key witness in a high profile case?
Absolutely.
And why was there no investigation done, like as to did he really die out of heart attack? Right?
That is $1 million question.
And then now it has been found that there's no sort of proof that the extortion, the so-called extortion, took place in this case also. There's no evidence, right? So there also,
Then here the question is, Jaydev, how
yeah,
the hell Pooja Dadlani was not arrested for trying to bribe an official?
yes,
I mean, she should be in the docks. She should be actually grilled and asked, did Shah Rukh Khan make you want to bribe a upright officer? So that means both should be arrested. Shah Rukh Khan and his business secretary should be arrested. Secretary or business manager or whoever she is.
And also, point number three, why is this case so important and different from other cases where NCB has to take immediate action, make sort of make immediate corrections or whatever. How is this case so special since it is a very high profile superstar's son? Is that the case that they're taking so fast the action, right? What is so special in this case,
And
right?
also, see, how can they lightly say that Prabhakar Sale died? Okay. Is there any proof that he died of heart attack? Or did you go to Cooper Hospital? And were the same five doctors who gave a report on Sushant Singh as a suicide, did they decide how Sale died? Anything can be manipulated in Mumbai. Police are notorious for that.
Yeah, and some more points is with regards to Karan Johar's 50th birthday bash. Now, why did Shah Rukh Khan come from a secret entry or a
Entrance.
secret gate?
Yeah.
And also during Alia Bhatt's wedding, also he I don't think he attended the wedding, in spite of being invited, and he was avoiding the paparazzi or the media. He was avoiding the media for the past few weeks. Was he anticipating this they're going to sort of zero in on Sameer Wankhede and give Aryan Khan the clean sheet, right? And also, with regards to Samit Thakkar, you know, why did Samit Thakkar sort of bring that sort of video clip
Video.
where Sameer Wankhede was seen in Baba Siddiqui's
That
iftar
is
party?
that means
Mm.
everything these people know, whether it is BJP or whether it is Mahavikas Aghadi, they know exactly what is going to happen in the Aryan case. Now, this is something that Modi ji needs to find out. Who is the mole in the center who is feeding these people the inside story of what is happening? I thought these things were secret, and it is usually discussed between the federal agency and the center. But it looks like every Tom, Dick, and Harry in BJP knows this, and they're spreading rumors about it. Someone says that, see, Anurag Thakur would have helped Shah Rukh Khan. We don't know. We don't know which politician has helped him because he did go to Delhi and he did rub shoulders with someone. Now, if you look at people, he was very close with Rajiv Shukla. He was also very close with, he's also very close with Smriti Irani's husband, also close to Piyush Goyal. We don't know who has done the devious task of helping him out. Because when you say there was no medical test, there was a medical test. Republic has shown them going to the medical test. All three of them, Arbaz, Munmun Damecha, and Aryan was taken for a medical test. If you are asking, if the SIT is asking, why were the phones taken from them? It was for an forensic examination. Don't think that these top, officers would flout the rules to get some extortion money. So everything that the SIT has said is contradictory. We've just shown you exactly what Aryan Khan has confessed, that he used to take drugs. It's very clear. He said that he is in the habit of taking charas with Arbaz. And then all these, this battery of lawyers, one will say he took, one will say he didn't took, he didn't take. And then you have finally Mukul Rohatgi who decides that he has not had any consumption. In which case, why did the first few lawyers say that? At least agree with each other, no? You're all getting very hefty salaries as lawyers. And then, according to the last lawyer, finally he didn't take any drugs. You can just build fictitious dreams. It's like, your Bollywood script, that Javed Akhtar, scripts. Anybody can do anything. And look at how much Sameer Wankhede has been witch hunted. And now they say, without any of this thing, Times of India only attacked him. Times of India, Times Now Live. It was this guy, what's his name, Jaydev, the anchor,
Rahul Shushant,
Rajiv, not Rahul,
Times.
Yeah, Times Now.
Rahul Shivshankar.
Yeah, it was Rahul Shivshankar who was
Yeah.
speaking so badly, saying that he should be interrogated. Where are you getting your news from? Like I said, I mean, do you mean to say that at the fag end of his career, Sameer Wankhede is going to sacrifice his reputation just for a little money? Is this all you can think of, righteous officers? Is this the image of people that you have? As media, don't you have a duty when you take up the pen or take up the job as a journalist? Isn't it your duty to report the truth, or is it the duty to report what Manishinde says? What sort of nonsense is happening in India? The mainstream media are not bothered. And finally, okay, if you said all this, how come now this report that see he has not taken any extortion? Then why did you say that in the beginning itself?
So why is Republic TV also not taking up this case?
Absolutely.
I mean,
Anuradha says money can buy
I don't see
anything,
Goswami
anybody.
taking up this case.
Only hardworking people are forced to bear the pain. Absolutely. Karthik, Ayushmans, an egg directed by the urban Naxal Anubhav Singh flops miserably. Even people from Northeast have stunned the director, and many more said they trust Modi more than anyone. True Indian, the media, police, lawyer have become paid coolies to Mumbai politicians and Bollywood. We, the public, are just watching nonsense. The mainstream media is resorting only to the oldest profession. Now, what I don't understand is that tomorrow, Gyaneshwar Singh or Sanjay Singh, this can happen to your family. The moment the guns are turned against you, Nawab Malik has something against you. He is going to shake you, your wife, your children, even your dead parents, or if your parents are living or dead, I don't know. They will all be pulled up like puppets. Are you ready for that? Don't think Sameer is the only one who's being hounded like this. It can happen to you guys also any day because public has seen through you. Public are checking each and every page of the SIT report. "22 days Aryan was in jail. If he was innocent and not such proof against him, then what SSR highly paid advocate was doing and what judges was doing, why he didn't grant bail." Here, Sapna, what happens is they know who are the judges who come in the high courts. Everything is fixed here. So I would rather not comment on this because then it will become contempt of court. So we will not talk about this at all. Reporting of the truth, it's tragically become a laughable idea in most cases. We are with Sameer Wankhede, Sange. Nisha, why are the ministers of the ruling government so besotted with Bollywood? I really don't know, Nisha. See, even the what was happening in the Cannes Film Festival, you know, people, actresses like Deepika and a few others, they don't even know what they're talking about. When you go from a country, you represent a country, you become an ambassador. Talk about India and the growth, you know. But she's not bothered. She's talking about some butterfly flying around her. That's the kind of general IQ that they have. The biggest problem is the judiciary. They cannot keep sweeping things under the carpet anymore. Judiciary should be made accountable. It boils our blood to see these, yes, to be out and about partying, going for vacations, posing for cameras, disgusting to the core. Now, here on this, I'll also just say, make a remark. See, I was just looking at a video of Karan Johar's party, of course, where the party is less and the posing is more. So they have a wall where all of them stand. And apparently, Karan Johar has given all the women, sort of a rule that they should wear dresses with slits that are really high and cleavage is showing. Okay, so there was a competition among these women actresses, who would show the highest slit. Now, a girl like Rashmika could not even walk because she was wearing some 6-inch heel and a slit that is even higher, and they can't walk, they can't talk because they're holding their skirts together. Now, see, when Karan Johar makes such a stipulation, perhaps in his card, that means these women are for sale. Are these women intelligent women or these people are for sale? I mean, is your body more important than your intellect? And anyway, he himself looked like a clown, like a green bug in his, a green, I don't know what color suit. Okay, forget that. We are now talking about truth and law. You cannot treat Sameer Thakkar like a small pawn in your hands. When politicians are busy eyeing the chair, everything goes into the background because all they're doing is fighting for that chair. If you talk about giving justice to the public and wanting youth to emulate, success and through the righteous path, then whatever is being done is totally, injustice to the people.
I would like to add one point is that all these high profile cases like the Aryan Khan case, I feel it should be televised live on YouTube so that even the public can see the hearing, just like how Johnny Depp and Amber his wife is being telecast live. So even in our country, such high profile cases at least should be telecast live. That's what I feel.
Another thing that I found was that
Yeah.
at the IPL final, I saw Amit Shah ji and his wife sitting there. Now, obviously, his son is there, is a part of it, so they would have been invited for that. What I would like to ask Amit Shah ji is that there was a time, not too long ago, some few months back, sir, you were talking so aggressively against drug consumption and that you would eradicate the drug scene from India. Are you not aware, sir, that IPL is a hub for drugs? Are you not aware, sir, that IPL has drug parties? Are you not aware that IPL has fixed matches? Everything is in the open. Who are the people behind the scenes? People like Rajiv Shukla, who was caught in an alleged gang rape case against Riaz Bhatti's wife with two other cricketers, Hardik Pandey and one more, Munawar, I don't know, Munawar.
Munaf, Munaf Patel.
Munawar, yes. Sir, are you not aware? The whole scenario reeks of drugs. Isn't it important to get the IPL cleaned up? Yes, money is important for India, not at the cost of the youth. We don't want our youngsters being, prey to drugs. What happened to Janvi Kukreja? She was a victim of drugs. The very drugs that Aryan Khan and his friends are, having for fun. In every case where children are dying, because of drugs, we are responsible. And it was Sameer Wankhede and his small team who was fighting every day for this. Instead of giving him the highest medal or the highest honor, you gave a Padma Shri to Karan Johar and Ekta Kapoor. Who are Ekta Kapoor and Karan Johar? They are a part of the 7 producers, 7 production homes that kicked Sushant Singh out and said that they would not give him movies anymore because he did not toe the line. They were planning to relegate him to television. They made sure that whatever films he was involved in would not become a success. Case, at point is the movie Drive. What all Karan Johar did to make sure that the movie would flop and Sushant would flop. Vengeance against another man, just like Sameer Wankhede, it was Sushant Singh Rajput. Are we also not talking about Jia Khan? Jia Khan was also a victim of this. The same gang. They said that she had committed suicide when there was a man who was fleecing her for money, okay, abusing her sexually as well as physically, a man who made her abort her child. We know who are the men who did that. And yet you party with them every day. These are the people who wear slits, long slit gowns, stilettos, and laugh and say, please don't watch our movies if you're not interested. Like Karina, Taimur's mother. Well, this whatever Lal Singh Chadda is happening, nobody's going to watch you, baby. Nobody's interested. Because the same hero is an anti-Indian. His best friends are the ISI friends. The country where he loves to go is Turkey, all because of certain reasons. Yes.
Yeah, and to add, Kangana, her recent film Darker has flopped like anything,
Yeah. See,
and
here also, Jaydev, she is being driven to a corner. She doesn't know
yes,
it. She's actually a fool. They are putting a carrot, on a stick to her. And she's actually, being taken for a huge ride. They are going to make sure that she sings hook, line, and sing. She is going to go down. The poor woman doesn't realize it. All SSRians and warriors, let's keep boycotting Bollywood. Exactly. Well said. No talent or substance, only display of skill in Bollywood. It's ridiculous. Absolutely. Nitin, problem of BJP is that there is no political earning. They do not enter. Agree. See, here I would say that, see, first of all, Modi ji has to make a rule where elections should not mean money. Okay. You can make it a less or, a corruption-free area by saying that, see, it should not be funded at all. No money should be given for elections at all. Let us see how they win. Can they win on their own strength? We don't want criminals. We don't want all these people in the government. Let them win on their own strength. For example, if a person like Tejasvi Surya stands, people will vote for him. They don't need to put money for it because they know the kind of caliber. Or someone like Annamalai, okay, or Himanta, of Assam, or Yogi ji. You don't need money for that. Remove money from elections, and we can see how the country can become, corruption-free. Leonara says it's like talking to the wall as they care two hoots about the common people they do as they please, as apparently they are the highest taxpayers, as was told to me in a comment. Nisha, an entertainment industry like Bollywood has become a headache for normal citizens. Dhakat is the worst ever flop for a mainstream Bollywood film. Budget 100 crores and it made only 2 crores. Not even 20 people in an audience. Can you imagine? Look at her fate. Look at her destiny. She made all the U-turns. She cheated everybody. And now she expects her movie to be a hit. Nobody will go for it, having seen what's happened. Crocodile is suddenly talking for yes, she is the one who has many colors, Tom and Jerry. Hope BJP top brass treats Annamalai well. He is the only hope left for TN. See, what happens is, Karthik, let me just get one thing very straight. All of us used to support BJP. We used to think that we could do as much as we can. But they don't care two hoots. They don't care two hoots. They want people who are, different in the party. And they'll never stand for you. See, that's a fact. So if you talk about Nupur, who's now facing a lot of problem, in this Quran thing, you talk about many other people. They don't have support. They are forced to say all these things, and finally, when the guns turn against them, they have nobody standing for them. It's about muscle power, money, and of course, the backing of political louts, and you get away with murder. So well said, Vilara.
So I would like to add one point is what do you expect when one honest officer in the NCB or any central agency decides to take the whole drug mafia not only nationally but internationally, and the whole mafia, not only the drug mafia but the politicians, international politicians, and maybe deep state. So what do you expect in that particular case? He has decided to take such a huge, responsibility, right?
Also, see, we never
And risk.
knew. Yeah, we never knew people like Arjun Rampal and his, South African girlfriend and his whole family were into drugs. Who revealed all this? It was all revealed by Sameer Wankhede. And what does he get? He gets two slaps at the end of it and says, go. Is this how you treat, an honest officer? It's a shame. And now they say that there's no charge against him, extortion charge. You mean to say he can be pushed here and there as if he's your toy or your puppet? Is there nobody to protect him or talk for him except for the public? BJP too seems to be another
He,
opportunistic
he's,
party.
he's in a modern day Chakravyuha
Yes.
right now.
Yeah. They will drop their supporters like hot potatoes due to political compulsions. Yes. But I can't believe how the cabal is able to attack the central agency. I mean, can't the government protect the central agency officials? They don't need to be protected. Looks like, see, if you're talking about the present NCB, they are playing the game with them. We have given Kangana Ranaut a well deserving place, a flop. Absolutely. Nisha, it's the hard earned money of ordinary citizens that has earned these so called entertainers the demigod status. People should realize that they are just actors and they have feet of clay. Well said, Nisha. Yes, public courts should have public broadcasts. I agree, Jaydev. The less said about Rashmika, yes, the better. Rashmika was so uncomfortable, it was embarrassing to watch. They will not touch Sameer, sir. If they do, BJP will be completely exposed and it cannot afford any controversy before 2024. See, even if you look at the Cannes Festival, if you look at Anurag Thakur, he looks so embarrassed and so much in adulation for these stars. You're a minister, a central minister. Do your job with dignity, the way Narendra Modi does it. Even that you don't have. You're working as though you're a slave of Bollywood. What sort of behavior is it?
Yeah, this is one important point by Nitin. What happened to Jackie Chan's son? Is Jackie foolish compared to SRK? He doesn't save his son,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. If BJP defends its officers, politics will be played and public will ignore. At least this way, public is attached to the events. The cabal seems to be hand in glove with the government, and that's why honest officers are being targeted. It's very strange that, when such things happen, usually, a minister like Smriti Irani, will sort of Instagram Ekta Kapoor, and Ekta Kapoor will Instagram her, and then it is followed by all the small starlets like, or the item girls like Mauni Roy. They will all say, love it, love it, love it. Suddenly, with the coming of hounding of Sameer Wankhede, all these voices have stopped. There is pin drop silence from them. That means they are waiting to hear what will happen. Okay, Ekta Kapoor wants protection. All these people want protection. And who is the person who threatens their protection? Are people like Sameer Wankhede. He did not fear them. You saw the way, like a bazaar, all these actresses were called, and they came all in Dehati clothes, in crumpled kurtas to show that they are absolutely innocent. He made them toe his line because they were guilty. Can Gyaneshwar Singh do that? Can Sanjay Singh do that? Puppets of a system. Terrible. I mean, each day you feel disgusted with the kind of lawlessness that's happening. And they come out with press conferences where they can't even speak straight. They're stuttering all over because they know they're speaking lies. But the public is intelligent. Social media will dissect each and every page of what has come out. And this will continue. Not only did they get Aryan out of trouble with their money, now they want to be arrogant enough to put all the blame to prove him wrong. I hope something drastic happens where truth comes out. All the good work done by Sameer Wankhede is being undone. Anurag Kashyap and film industry connections, nothing to do with Bollywood. All the snakes come out and hide all the same time. This itself exposes them. Shameless goons. Anushka Sharma's outlandish revealing dress, not held together by proper stitches. She was so uncomfy in Kejo's party. The chest exposure was repugnant. These are all the honey traps, Himani. They are all there exposing their stuff. Usually what you do when you go to a jewelry shop, diamonds and all are polished and kept there for you to buy. It's the same kind of thing, nothing more. I think BJP has already become another Congress. Only difference is they have Modi as a leader and Congress has Papu. But in reality, Bollywood and their kids are still on rich, flashy life. Nothing affected them. They are living, getting away with any crime. Why people who have connection with terrorists are still in politics? Why Vora report is still not made public? Why people who are involved are still not enjoying freedom? Why tax money was wasted there? I'm voting for Nota henceforth, can no longer vote for any of these leaders. Now, I think, Jaydev, shall we close the session with this last point? Anything
Yeah,
for you to
see, I would like to add my points also. Is that it appears so clearly that the Indian law, unfortunately, as of now, appears to favor the rich and powerful, and it's only the law only is for the common man. So I do hope some sort of judicial reforms comes in the future, and all we'll have laws which are equal for each and every one.
Yeah. Karthik makes a very good point. He says, if Modi leaves BJP, BJP will collapse. Irony is Congress can survive without the Gandhis, but can BJP survive without Modi ji? Without Modi ji, see, if you look at, just glance at Smriti Irani's timeline in Twitter. It is continuously praising Modi, as though she is working as a PR for Modi, or she is his secretary. Now, Modi ji has his own office. I've seen it. He's got his own people to push him, do his PR. Why does he need a central minister to do that? Which means they think that if you polish his boots, you will get a higher post. You will get a higher post if you work hard, madam. Work like Yogi ji. Yogi ji doesn't care for the chair. He's not fighting for anything. He has made UP riot-free. Not one loudspeaker is there. Not one person is praying namaz on the streets. That is called leadership. That is called governance. Not kichikuing with Bollywood. And then saying that, see, you are for a drug-free India. Walk the talk, madam. Not only you, but many other ministers also. Walk the talk. Don't keep praising Modi. Act like him. Start doing things like him. Then we will respect you. Been very patient. There is a difference being made a fool of and being patient. Honesty has no place in India. She's playing safe by buttering Modi ji. Nonsense, yes. Bollywoodians are enjoying good days of Modi. Smriti is rattled Meenaji. She knows she's exposed. She may lose Amethi in 2024 also, if there is no Modi wave there. Who said we have Amit Shah? Then Adityanath, and hope more will follow suit. As of now, if you ask me the truth, I think the person who can become a Prime Minister of India is only Yogi Adityanath, because he has no vested interests. He doesn't woo Bollywood. He doesn't woo anybody. He follows what is required by the public for a safe and secure country or state. Look at this way. Shah Rukh was having connections with ISI and money launderers. To make him toe a line, Shah Rukh Khan was warned and let him go. Tagging along with MR, Modi sir has got her so far. Oh, tagging along with Mr. Modi, sir has gone. Yeah. With that, I think we'll close the session, Jaydev. Thank you, friends. We'll join you with another session tomorrow. Good night.
Right.